If anybody's gonna be rocking boxing today, you know where to be at. Tony Buxton said we're gonna be talking about boxing. La saben. So there's a lot of news out there of who Canelo might fight, who might win the lottery ticket, who's Canelo gonna fight next. He's gonna fight in May, and we're also gonna be talking about Rolando Romero versus the Cuban American versus the Mexicano Issac Cruz, Pitbull Cruz. Uh, you could you could say the losers that Gervonta David has fought fighting each other since they have both Pitbull Cruz and Rolly Romero have fought opponent in common, which is Gervonta Davis. One being knocked out, and the other having lost by decision. So I mean, you could say that that's an advantage, not being knocked out. So many people believe that the fight was closer than it was for Javante, but Cruz did his thing, and he he surprised everyone and went in there and almost gave Tank a L, but now we have them fighting. But that's what we're gonna be talking about in the video. And whoever wanna come by and talk boxing, you're welcome to. Um, as long as you ain't on no negative stuff, we are good here in the boxing community. En la comunidad de boxeo, which is really a, it is pretty toxic, but you gotta take it cool. And if you're not really about uh, there's pretty much all type of content on YouTube. You can have toxic content and just regular laid back chill content. So it just really depends what type of fans want, but they mostly want that toxic stuff. So I mean, hey, sometimes it's fun, but sometimes it gets old. So uh, where I want to talk boxing, you can come over here for show. But I don't know. I just feel like for the Canelo situation, everybody wants to fight him, so it just really depends how he's going about his career as of now. Uh, if he's still taking hard fights, and then he gets like a pass, you could say, for being the cash cow. They all did with the organization, so I don't know why a lot of content creators are over here crying that Canelo gets a certain treatment, but it's really been like that before him. So, I mean, when you have the backing of the fans, of the machine, of the self promoter that Canelo is, he's that big legendary fighter. Uh, you can pretty much do what you want. So, I mean, everybody's gonna be at your feet since you're that guy. And Mayweather is wild for actually saying that he's been the face of boxing when he's completely been forgotten. Like, uh, bro, no one talks about you. We did mention you right now, but because just talk about you, but we won't talk about you that much because you ain't the face of that. That's why we talking Canelo. That's why if you've been active doing exhibitions, why not come back in the pro ring and jump in there with Canelo? So you won't. So regardless, just shut up. Nobody want to hear about you because Canelo really has some killers at his door right now. So uh, you they might want Canelo to face the murderer role, but he's been doing that, and he's almost at the end of his career. And I've been seeing that he has said at least 3 to 4 years of more fighting, and that's lit because he's already accomplished so much. has fought fighters that content creators fans say that he's ducked. Oh, you're ducking this fighter, you're ducking that fighter. He was ducking Austin Trout, he was ducking Lara, and the list went on. So it just will never stop. They still want you to, and I'm saying the fans, yeah, of course we want to see that, but that's not the way that the business of boxing works. So these fighters that are smart enough to know to give entertainment, but also they have they have to remain with some health. You know what I'm saying? That's the way Canelo's thinking of it, especially with him making all this bread. Of course, he's not gonna. I don't know, and he might still do it because he's been doing this. You could have your own opinion on if you like what he's been doing, but I mean, since like 22, how can you hate on the kid if he's been fighting top tier competition? Because let's be real, him and the twins, the Charlo twins, were like the same age. They're like a year apart. And go back in your memory and think about who was Canelo facing. He was active, and even if he wasn't facing the champion, he was facing number one or something like that. So regardless, he got treatment, yeah, because he's a fighter that sells tickets. If you ain't selling tickets, if you're an Andrade, then no one buys or goes to your fights. I mean, what can you do? Uh, you know what I'm saying? Other than getting your self promotion on, if you ain't having that backing, you better start self promoting. That's the way I would feel like a boxer would have to be doing if you ain't popping as a ex fighter that's popping. You got to make yourself popping. So I mean, you got to get your name out there. That's why I don't know. Canelo was making his name in Mexico way before he came to the U.S. and started fighting in Vegas, Texas, and those places. So uh, I mean, and then having you know what I'm saying, having fights with the legends like Cotto, fighting and beating Cotto. So I mean, you take all Cotto fans and now they're your fans, and now you're even bigger and just continuing to do bigger stuff, putting thousands of butts and seats out throughout another country, and you're getting paid, and you're that guy now. Even though you have two L's, sometimes fighters need to make their own path, and Canelo took his own path. David Benavidez gonna take his path. We want to see that fight most death. That's a fight I would love to see next, and hopefully it happens. But Team Canelo is gonna fight who they believe is the most worthiest opponent, and they're gonna get it on May 5th, or if not, we'll see what happens. But as of now, he hasn't chosen anybody. There's so many speculation. He's gonna fight X fighter. He's gonna fight X fighter. Yes, we want him to see. We want to see Canelo face David Benavidez next. Of course, we want to see Canelo face who's the other top fighters? Bivol. Or we want to see him fight Beaterby. Shit, we want to see him fight Wilder. You know what I mean? We fans, we can want these boxers to fight Godzilla, and we're never gonna be satisfied. So I mean, that's why these fighters, they if they entertain, they're gonna entertain, but they're not gonna be as dumb and risk their life just for the fans' entertainment. Like that's just not the way it is. Some fighters do take the career like that, but that's why maybe they um they are a little bit more messed up, mental illnesses later on in their life. But It just depends what the fighter's willing to do. Even though Canelo is he's really defensive fighter as well. He doesn't get hit a lot, but he will go in there and try to knock you out. That's the difference in this game, that a lot of fighters want to be defensive fighters and think they're prize fighters. Like, hell no, nah, no one wants to see you. No one's gonna pay. No one's gonna pay to see you, unless it's unless you have hella fans of Sweet Science that love the Sweet Science, which is cool too, but it's not as entertaining. So depends really who's gonna rock with you and support you. Because if a fan really likes you, they're gonna support you. They're gonna buy your pay per views. They're gonna buy the merch, go to fights, which a lot of fighters don't have. Um, but like I say, like if you're gonna be a fighter, I would think you would have to self promote, because it's crazy out here. There's some fighters that are in a promotional company and still don't get a good promotion team, like marketing team. It just takes a lot, but you can make yourself hot. Like take a look at Ryan. The dude's never been champion, and he has the following of like a champion. So that's just Ryan's family marketing team, and them having put all their money in marketing. So uh, you see how that's going for him right now. So stuff like that. But who will Canelo face? Will he face Earl Spence? Could he face Earl Spence? Crawford? There's just so many fighters out there that is willing to fight Canelo. But Canelo's talking about maybe wanting to fight Jermall Charlo. All this is just speculation of what's going on, but no one really knows who Canelo will fight until he says, posts on Instagram, or gives a press conference of who's going to be fighting next. We should be very soon, maybe this week. Who knows? Maybe in 15 days. Who knows? But he should be saying who he's gonna fight next soon, and hopefully it's someone you know top level, elite, which is like a Dave Benavidez. That's what we all want to see. But like I said, man, whoever he chooses is gonna be someone hard. Even though fans have been saying that for a long time, that he was either ducking that fighter or never wanted to fight him, or that fighter's too easy. They underestimate or they overestimate like Canelo, in a sense that, oh yeah, the other dude doesn't have a chance. But boxing is crazy. The most fighter that you don't think that can cause some damage might do it. So, but that's for the Canelo situation. If he chooses somebody soon, or what's gonna be going down, that will still be in May. Now a fight that we have coming that sooner is the Cuban American Rolando Rollis Romero, Las Vegas resident, taking on the Mexican Pitbull Cruz, one of Gervonta Davis' former opponent, beating Cruz by majority decision, I believe. And Cruz gave Gervonta a run for his money, and been begging for that rematch for so long, which is kind of sad and embarrassing for Cruz to just be begging for like a rematch. But now he's he thinks by getting a belt might get a Davis rematch if he were to beat Rolando Romero. So I mean, at least he's trying to go out a champion, because before that, Pitbull Cruz had got an offer to face. I don't know if it was legit or not, but it was something that Shakur Stevenson had said that had tried to fight Pitbull Cruz. So I thought it was lame as hell that Pitbull Cruz wasn't with the smoke and to fight a champion. But I don't know if I don't remember if Shakur was a champion at that time. I had seen that they offered Pitbull Cruz a fight and he rejected it. So I thought it was lame. I thought that Pitbull Cruz could probably beat Shakur by that pressure, by the hard pressure that Shakur really don't like, but he didn't. So he just chose to do his own thing. So now we have a fight with Rolando Romero, and will he knock him out? I believe the pressure would probably get to Rolando if Rolando don't connect on people that can knock him out. Then I see Pitbull Cruz winning, but I believe it will be a very entertaining fight. Uh, so that's a good fight, and it's for a belt for Romero's WBA belt. So if People Cruz is to snatch that from Cuba's Cuba America Romero, that will make People Cruz probably be closer on securing a rematch with Gervonta Davis. It will be someone like Davis would be like, oh yeah, I beat this boy up already. I'll beat him up again and snatch his WBA 140 belt because that's what Tank has at 135. So if People Cruz is able to get the WBA crown from Rolando Romero by that pressure he brings and maybe that power, but I kind of think that Rollies will crack under pressure. So um, but if not, if he don't crack under pressure, I believe he can probably knock Pitbull Cruz out. So that's how I see it going for that. But entertaining fight most definitely. But exciting fight in the undercard of Zoo Thurman. So very exciting card. Be tuning in for that and like I said, two two explosive fighters going in there with great firepower, and it's just a matter of who can connect, or if they can finish the one or other. So it's just a matter of time, I believe, who connects better and faster, and and I think Romero can knock Cruz out in the beginning. If his punches don't do nothing in the beginning, Romero might gas out first, and it would just be a pitbull takeover. So just remember, I said that. So and if people can sustain the shots from Rolando Romero, then I think he'll be able to beat him. But will he be able to withstand the Rolly power? Rolly can crack pretty well. So I'm pretty sure Pitbull Cruz is gonna be in there to not get too hurt, or because I mean the boy don't really move his head, but he's gonna be there to get punched. Now if Rollies could not get countered and not knocked out himself, but real entertaining fight regardless. Mexico versus Cuba and California or Vegas, wherever Rolly from. I don't really know where he's from, but he lives in Vegas. But a really good fight regardless. We've had some Cubans versus Mexicans showdown recently. So the Aguacatero Divino from La Palma, Michoacan, taking out Roberto Ramirez, uh, and pretty much just beating him up with that high volume. And that was the latest Cuban versus Mexican showdown. Now we have this one, Pitbull Cruz versus Rolando Romero. This is gonna be a shootout with the most explosives. Very entertaining fight going to be. If Rollies don't go in there and try to box, but I doubt that. So He's gonna go in there try to knock Pitbull Cruz out, and Pitbull Cruz. Let's see what he's about. If he's really gonna be with that pressure and gonna make Rolly Romero crack. Entertaining fight. It was said that Ryan Garcia was gonna fight Rolly Romero before this fight even got announced. He said they were gonna negotiate. It really didn't go well. Ryan didn't get the Rolly Romero fight, and Rolly chose to fight or negotiate a fight with Pitbull Cruz, and it happened, which is I mean pretty easy since Romero has a belt and they think he's one of the weak links at 140. So I mean everybody should be wanting to get a crack at Rolly, and Ryan having gone the Devin Haney route, back to Devin Haney, and Devin Haney being the WBC champion. So being one difficult fighters to be at 140. But we got some killers at 140. So with Sebro Matias, el Puertorriqueño, training out of Mexico, and who else the a champion at 140? Devin, Rolly, and Teofimo. But Teofimo wouldn't really know who his company really rocks with and try to make unified fights. But uh, regardless, we have a fight: Rolly Romero versus Isaac Cruz. It's gonna be a brawl. Cuban American versus a Mexican. I'm gonna see how it goes down. I think my prediction that Pitbull Cruz will win by either stoppage or by a unanimous decision if if he can stay away and not be bothered by Rolly Romero power. I believe Pitbull Cruz will be probably be more busy and not work Rollies, because Rollies tends to get tired and sloppy, uh, and always has a bunch of muscle mass that makes you even more tired. So I just feel like it'll be a Isaac Cruz, People Cruz victory if he's able to do a fight like that. In my point of view, but we'll see what happens. But regardless, good fights. Hopefully, Canelo decides to do what he's gonna do for May 5th, if he's gonna fight in May 5th. Hopefully, it's a top fighter, elite, uh, and be pretty lit. We just want good fights, elite versus elite, and that's what boxing should be more about. Since there is, uh, sometimes it's going down. It's good that we've been getting a lot of undisputed fights, but everybody should just be on there, like the best fighting the best, UFC type of stilo. The in the positions that they are, 10 through 1. They should be facing each other like that. But we know boxing is just too big and there's too many hands involved. So I mean, people and promoters are gonna do what is a benefit to them and how could they get the most profit. Because in the end of the day, it's really all about that. Who can get a good profit off a fighter. So that's what these promoters be about, and it's just business. So my fighter's famous. My fighter has the belt, but he ain't famous. Let's have them going at it, and the famous might lose or he might win. He might become more famous. So it's just really about opportunities and really a fighter that has everything going for him to become a superstar. So that's what everybody's trying to get at, and everybody trying to become the best and earn the most. Uh, so they're not gonna take dumb ways for that fighter to get their way of whatever they're trying to achieve. If a fighter just turned pro and is fighting for $2,000, an example, then you have another fighter that's gonna be fighting for 20, the other for 200K, and then keep going on like that. Like, I feel like they maneuver the career how, you know what I'm saying? Depending how the management wants it done, or sometimes the boxer. It just really depends. But it's a crazy game, and we love this sport, so we just want to see good ass fights and keep it going, man. But that's it for that video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get to a quick 5K subs and keep on going, man. Going up is the goal. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time. Till next time.